Hello and welcome back. We've got a very exciting series of tutorials on Kinesis coming up, Kinesis family of services, and today we're diving into Kinesis Data Streams. Hope you're as excited as I am. We've got a lot to cover, so let's dive straight into it. All right, Kinesis Data Streams has two modes. The first one is provision mode. We'll talk about that first. And the best way to visualize Kinesis Data Streams is by looking at it like a pipeline. So we were talking about Kinesis as a family of services applicable to streaming data. So Kinesis Data Stream is probably the core one among them, where data comes into this pipeline. Data is streamed from producers into this pipeline and consumed by consumers on the other end. And that's how I visualize it. Now, inside this pipeline, you'll find a concept of shards. Now, why are shards important? Shards is basically what allows you to control the throughput of the pipeline. Your write limit per shard is about 1 megabyte per second, or 1,000 records per second, and your read limit again per shard is 2 megabytes per second, or 2,000 records per second. Now you'll notice I have two asterisks here, and that's because there's an enhanced option where this limit will not be just per shard, but will actually be per consumer. That's something just to keep in mind. You can upgrade your Kinesis data streams and have the read limit to be applicable per consumer rather than per shard. But we're going to focus on this basic classic version where the read limit is 2 megabytes per shard. So now if you want higher throughput, higher write limit, and higher read limit, you need to increase the number of shards, and you will be charged a fixed fee per shard. So that's how you control your throughput. Now, here are our producers. They'll be producing data which will be going into our Kinesis data streams. And before we continue, I wanted to say that producers can be applications that use Kinesis Producer Library, or the KPL, or the Amazon or AWS SDK, the Kinesis Agent, other AWS services such as CloudWatch and AWS IoT. For simplicity's sake, on this slide, I'm going to use EC2 instances. But if you want to see a comprehensive list of producers, check out the slide on Kinesis Firehose. That will give you a better overview. Okay, so producers are producing their data packages. The packages go into the shards, and here's what a record looks like, or package. There will be a sequence number which is added by Kinesis. So in this case, it's number 4 for this package inside the shard. And there will be some information which is included by the producer. And this includes the partition key and the data blob, or the data payload, which needs to be up to 1 megabyte. Now, why are partition keys important? Well, partition keys specify not directly which shard the data will go into, but basically any packages or any records with the same partition key will go into the same shard. And why is this important? Because order is preserved within a shard, but not across shards. Very important. Remember that for the exam in Kinesis data streams. If you want to preserve order in your records, it's important for your application, then you need to be sending the data packages with the same partition key, and then they will go into the same shard, and then order will be preserved. Now here's another producer producing records. Here's another producer producing records. As you can see, this third producer is using a mix of partition keys, and that therefore it's not guaranteed that the records will go into the same shard. They're going across different shards, and therefore order may not be preserved. Maybe for that producer it doesn't matter that order is preserved. And here is another producer producing records again. Now, these records will be kept in Kinesis data streams for between 1 and 365 days. The default is 1 day, and if you set this value more than 7 days, then you'll be charged an additional fee. Now, what's important to understand here is that these records are kept in there. They're immutable. They cannot be changed or removed or modified in any way, and that means they can be read multiple times. So what is essentially called replay of data. Multiple producers can read them. Same producer can read them multiple times. Records are just kept in there, and that's important. That's an example of how Kinesis is different from SQS, one of the many examples. So yeah, data is kept in there, and then the consumers read this data. It can be EC2 instances, Lambda functions, can be Kinesis Data Firehose, can be Kinesis Data Analytics. And now, what else is important is that Kinesis Data Streams provides data encryption at rest, and keep that in mind for the exam. So when the data is sitting there in Kinesis Data Stream, it is encrypted. Now, there's a second type of second mode for Kinesis Data Streams, and that is the on-demand mode. Here, basically, you don't need to provision shards yourself. Shards are automatically managed by AWS, and you should use this option when you don't know in advance how much throughput you will need when it needs to scale up and down. So basically, write limit will scale from 4 megabytes per second to 200 megabytes per second, and the read limit will also scale and will be at least twice the write limit. So there you go, that's pretty much it on Kinesis Data Streams. Here's a quick summary of what we discussed, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Look forward to seeing you back here next time. Until then, enjoy the cloud.